The debut feature of Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje, Farming, is in fact the story of his youth. The title refers to the practice in England in the 1960s and 70s of Nigerian families farming out or fostering their children to white families while they furthered their education. The character created by Akinnuoye-Agbaje as his alter ego is Enitan, played as a boy by Zefan Amisa. He's handed over to Ingrid Carpenter, Kate Beckinsale, by his parents. His father is played by the filmmaker himself. Ingrid is working-class poor of gypsy heritage, and she fosters many Nigerian children, often carelessly and occasionally cruelly. His only return to his own family proves disastrous, as his culture has become alien to him. Eni is an artistic child. He's bullied at school, he's shy and needy at home. Eni hates his blackness, even at one stage covering his face with talcum powder paste, only to provoke more derision from his classmates. As a teenager, Eni, played by Damson Idris, is targeted by a gang of skinheads led by Levi, John Dalgleish. He's humiliated, abused, roughed up by them, but ends up becoming part of the group, a sort of pet to taunt. His only support comes from a teacher, Gugu Mabatha Raw, but he ends up betraying her in a disgusting way. The film is pretty relentless in its depiction of racism and degradation, but there's no doubting its integrity. Akinnuoye-Agbaje actually shot the film in the house in Tilbury where he grew up, and he's searingly honest about his craven role in racist activities. While there's much to admire in the film, the performances are all impressive. It falls short of a wider view of this system. Its prism is so narrow that you feel like you need to come up for air at the end of it. The catharsis is confined to a few brief seconds at the end, a bit too little and a little bit too late.
Yes, you're certainly gasping at the end of this. In fact, gasping right through it. It's a lacerating exercise in self-hate. It's extraordinary.
Yeah. It's so relentless, isn't it? I found it...
it's enlivened, if anything, by some over-the-top performances. Beckinsale is really quite ludicrous as the foster mother. The ridiculous Cockney accent and the sort of overacting is a bit much. In fact, a lot of the performances, I disagree with you, are slightly broad and rather theatrical, I felt.
You've got core roles that I think are very, very convincing. And the kid, the one that plays him as a kid, is I thought he was terrific.
And I thought the resonance really sort of whacks you in the face, which is not, in this case, necessarily a bad thing. The kind of Brexit idea of keep England white, you know, is so strong through it that really makes you gasp as well. A strange movie.
Well, it is, because it's sort of like it portrays him as so disgusting, really.
Yes.
You know, it's really a bearing of the soul.
Yeah.
I hope he got some psychotherapeutic value out of it.
Well, we know he does, because he becomes a lawyer and he has a successful career, possibly as a filmmaker. You know, we see moments of that at the very end, without giving too much away. But it is an extraordinary exercise in self-hate.
What would you give it?
Oh, it's hard to know with this, isn't it? I think it's actually quite well put together.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it 3.
I think I'll give it 3.5. I think there is integrity to it, at the very least.
Honey, oh my God, look at his face. They fear their own kind.
I cannot know all that you have been through, but every day we get to make a new choice.